Hi, I'm John. This is my show, A Sports Reckoning. So I'm going to explain to you just a little bit really quick about, I think that Garyvee could have been the actual mastermind behind this complete Logan Paul Pokemon scam, right? So I'm going to show you a few things really quick. I just want you to know this, before the Logan Paul video where he showed the opening of the Pokemon box. Okay, that's the first video I've ever watched of Logan Paul. I think I saw a little bit of his highlights of his fights, you know. Jake Paul, same thing. I've never been to their pages. I don't know these guys, okay? The Garyvee, I only know him a little bit because I'm into sports card collecting, right? So I've heard his name shouted a lot. I did a little bit of investigation into him a few months ago. And one thing I came across, because I was trying to see, I want to judge people. I judge people. I want to see, are they real? Are they actually good people? What are they actually doing, okay? And so I saw him doing some kind of live speech seminar thing. He was speaking in front of a large crowd of people. And his not exact, I can't say exact because I'm kind of just trying to remember what he said. But what he said was that he was hoping that there would be blood in the streets from COVID. He was hoping COVID would decimate and do so much damage that there would be blood in the streets so that he would then be able to go in and buy the New York Jets at a really discounted price. He said that. Okay? So that's instantly when I saw, oh, this guy's evil. You know, that's satanic agenda. You can't, anybody who's willing to lie, cheat, steal, kill, if you're willing to do that, backstab people, if you're willing to do that, you can get rich in America. You can get rich, especially if you're in tight with a bunch of other criminals and all of you guys are doing criminal behavior and none of you guys are going to rat out on each other. Okay, because you're all criminals together in this large criminal organized enterprise, right? And you're all got your hands dipping into the pots and taking the money from where you do it. You're all stealing from the same money and shit, right? So those people are never going to rat out each other because there's so much money for them to steal. You know, there's so much money for them to steal, and it's so easy for them to manipulate the public because they know that the public is stupid. The people like this, like Garyvee. The only thing that makes Garyvee smart is that he knows that you're stupid. I mean, that's it. And if you people don't know that, it's because you're stupid. I mean, everything out of his mouth is lies. He's lying and manipulating. He's never really telling you the truth. It's all lies, and it's just like, it's slightly off here, it's slightly off there, but he's always leaving out the key elements of the story, which would actually benefit you. He's not doing that. He's trying to gain your favor. He's trying to be your friend, which instantly, when somebody's trying to be your friend, you should instantly know they're fake and fraud. They're fake and fraud. Because me, I'm straight coming up to you saying, fuck you. I don't want to be your friend. First of all, you're not qualified to be my friend. So just because I'm doing this shit, don't be thinking you can get to come up here and be my fucking friend. I'll have a conversation with you and stuff, but you're not my fucking friend. Let's get that fucking straight. I don't want anything from you, you dumb motherfucker. You're dumb. You're fucking not my friend. You don't know how to speak. You don't know how to act. Fuck you. That's how fucking real people talk in the world. Fuck you. I will decide if I want to be your friend or not. I don't want anything from you, so why would I come up to you trying to be your goddamn fucking friend? I will come up to you and treat you with the respect you deserve as a human being. That don't mean I gotta be your fucking friend. At the end of the day, like, when I was younger, I was nice. People would be like, oh, dude, can I come stay at your house? I'm having a little problem. All right. Dude, next thing you know, I got fucking people living with me for a fucking year, sleeping on my fucking couch, eating my food, smoking my fucking weed. And then the next thing you know, it happens again. Another fucking bum. It's like, God damn it. Why the fuck was I nice? The only thing nice is going to get you is going to be bums taking advantage of you. You gotta get in the real world. So anybody coming out trying to be nice like Garyvee, like, you instantly know that's a fraud motherfucker. And they're wanting to paint the picture of themselves as being kind and gentle people in your fucking mind because they know you're stupid and you buy that fucking stupid crap. That's why they do it, because you're stupid, you dumb motherfuckers. That's the thing I hate more than anything, is you get these dumb motherfuckers trying to blame the evil on the evil people. It's your fault, you dumb motherfucker. The evil motherfucker can't be evil and pull the scams on you unless you're stupid enough to fall for it. It's your fault for being stupid. Fuck. I don't blame the evil motherfucker for being evil. I blame the stupid motherfucker for being stupid. You're in charge of that. You can't fix a fucking evil motherfucker. You can't fix that. But you sure as hell can fix yourself, you dumb fucking ignorant bastards. Fuck, you guys are ignorant as fuck. Fuck. So, like I said, okay, so I looked into Garyvee. I heard him say that thing. And then the other thing of what I seen that was part of it was something that's like, okay, I seen that I think he was like an immigrant. I think he was a Russian Jew. I think that's what it said. I'm not positive, but I do know that he was a Russian Jew. I think he was an immigrant, came to New York or something like that. I'm not positive. But he's a Russian Jew. I did hear that part, right? So the other thing is, like I said, those groups of people that won't backstab each other. One of the big ones is that religious group of what I talked about. Those people, they do not turn on their own. They do not fucking turn on their own. They are fucking tight-knit. They are integral. They want to work together as much as possible, and they will never backstab one of their own. They're tight as fuck, right? So when I seen this, so what I was looking for is like, okay, well, the Logan Paul, I'm trying to figure out where's his connection to like the MeelyPops, okay? To the MeelyPops, the guy who buys that box, who does the original sale, right? And so like MeelyPops, like I said, I know who he is a little bit, but I don't care about those people. They don't interest me and stuff, right? But just because I've been around, I have seen a little bit of stuff. Like I saw I didn't know that guy's name. I think his name's Jacob, the guy who sold Sasha T the Charizard card at the Dallas show. Okay, I saw that video. I knew the guy, and then I had seen that guy had been in a deal with somebody else, and he was selling a case of Pokemon. So I did see that video when it happened, when they had that original case of the Pokemon thing. I did see that originally when it happened. So I didn't know that I had seen it. I just came across it again because I was looking for stuff, and I found, oh, okay, well, this is, okay, I've seen him. Okay, now I see it. Okay, so then this is I'm going to play this little piece for you here really quick. So this is a few years ago. This is 2017. Okay, so this is the Jake Paul. Okay, so you know what kind of the business, the Garyvee guy, right? What he does, and he does like a bunch of like internet networking stuff, like all of that kind of stuff. He's involved in a lot of stuff. You know, I actually don't know all the things that he does. I know he does a lot of things, right? But he's like sales, marketing, internet, you know, working in networking and all that stuff. He's definitely involved in all of that stuff. So then when I see that Jake Paul hooked up with him, it's like, okay, well, that means Garyvee's trying to turn him into a big internet celebrity, that they're obviously working together, right? That they're together. It's like, okay, well, there's your connection then. You've got the connection with the Paul brothers to Garyvee. Okay, and see, because then when I saw Garyvee, first I'm thinking, oh, well, because that's probably your connection then to the MeelyPops is probably through Garyvee, because Garyvee's big into the sports card collecting stuff, right? But then when I went over, I'm gonna play a piece of this video for you here. So watch what he says. He asks him, "What'd you do wrong?" to the Jake Paul. He asked him, "What'd you do wrong?" And then he tells him how he didn't cross his networks together, and then so here we'll go ahead and get into this a little bit.
So what about mistakes, real quick on that?
Yeah, mistakes, super important. I think some of them is I wasn't creating content like consistently. I didn't realize how important that was.
Huge.
Huge. Okay, so creating content consistently. So that's what, like, Logan Paul, by just putting the stuff out, what they have to do is, like, I learned this from the Kardashians. It's one of those things of the modern world. It's just that they have to have their name in being talked about on the media at all time. You know, they're famous for nothing. All they're famous for is for getting their name into the media. If you do that, you will be famous. That's what this modern world is. You just got to get your name being talked about in very large public forums like the big news stations and, you know, on the social media. Your name has to constantly be out there. If you can do that, then you're famous. You don't have to have a talent. You don't have to have you're just famous for being famous, right? So that's what he's doing here. He's trying to teach him how to be famous just for being famous and shit, right? And it's huge. So that's what I'm saying with the Logan Paul thing. That's why they did, this is the orchestration, because see, this is the mastermind. It's Garyvee who orchestrates the whole thing with the Pokemon case, because he instantly sees Garyvee's the type of person that he's looking for opportunities, okay? So when he sees a fake case of Pokemon, and it's obviously fake because the people out there, just normal people, have shown that they could tell you that the case was fake. So there's no way that you've got these world-class sports card collector people who know the most advanced like authenticators in the world that there could possibly be. There's no doubt that they would know who to go to verify something that the MeelyPops guy is going to sell for $2.7 million, right? So then, and then that's the other thing. The guy that actually bought it for $2.7 million, I thought he might be the guy that doesn't have anything to do with it, but no, dude, that guy, you're not just going to spend $2.7 million just because it's like it might be real. It better be real. And then the other thing was that company's on the hook. The guy, the Jacob guy in the video, is saying that the original baseball card exchange, they're on the hooks once they wrapped it. That they're like liable for all of its contents. Like they verified it, so if it's not there, that they're on the hook for it. That's what he was saying. So that's what I'm saying. These guys already had the deal all worked out. They knew who would be liable for what situation, what. And so the whole thing about the whole thing is, though, there's no crime here committed as long as nobody files an insurance claim. That's how it works. As long as nobody files an insurance claim, well, then what was the crime? Who committed a crime? Who's the victim? Where's the victim? There's no victim. So you can't have a crime without a victim. Right, so there is no victim. It's a victimless crime. They're just hustling the people. That's the crime, is that they're lying and manipulating the people, but they don't consider that to be a crime. Not a real crime and shit, right? So, and all this stuff, what it works is, like, I would assume that the baseball card exchange company is going to be purchased by PSA. So who cares what the freaking damage, whatever damage happened to this incident right here? Just like in the originals, the PSA validated the original Honus Wagner T206 card, I believe that's what it's called, and the one that was bought by Wayne Gretzky a long time ago, that first $1 million sale. So from what I understand, that card was authenticated by PSA, and then it has turned out to be that the card has been altered. Okay, so, and now it is such a rare card and stuff that it's still going to hold a great amount of value, but that doesn't change the fact that PSA originally authenticated that card. Okay, and is PSA, did it destroy PSA? No, it didn't do shit, right? So the baseball card exchange, it's advertisement. Now people know that logo. Most of the people in the world never recognize that logo. Now they recognize that logo, now it's more valuable. That's how it works. If more people recognize it, it's more valuable. That's it, and you do all the damage. So they probably allowed the company's name to be damaged because probably PSA is probably going to buy that company, and turn it into another branch of their company. But they don't want to send their work to those people to have them graded. That's what I heard, that they're grading PSA's unopened packs. Screw it. Why would you send an unopened pack to PSA and then they've got to outsource it to another company? How fucking lame is that, right? And if you're PSA, you sure as hell don't want that occurring. So PSA obviously has to be in the works that they're got a plan to buy that baseball card exchange, right? So how do you buy it? So you have this happen, so you make it seem like that it's cheaper so that the people sell it. Then they just rebrand it into saying, well, now it's under the flagship, it's a flag of the flagship PSA company and it's being legit, so it's totally legit now. There's no way they're gonna mess up. And now it just makes them bigger. Now everybody's heard about the company. Now you've heard it's been coming into the company of PSA. It's just gonna be better. So that's it. Boom. There's no harm done. This is how they pull scams and shit. There's, like, these guys are working together, and you've got just a handful of guys, insiders, who are doing the deal, and they're never going to rat out each other because they're tied to each other. Like, it might even go up to the lengths of, like, Illuminati. Like, maybe that the Paul brothers have gotten so big that they've been indoctrinated into the Illuminati. This could have been like one of those test mission plans for them to get their, whatever it is, to get their honor to being part of the Illuminati. They have to pull this kind of bullshit and scam and lie to the public and shit, right? And then the Logan Paul's selling that new drink company. So then all of the other people that are involved in this, they all tell him, okay, well, he's going to do this and he's going to launch his new drink company. So go buy fucking shares in his drink company. Go buy, pieces of it, because that drink company is going to take off. When it takes off, we're going to sell it to Pepsi. See, that's what 50 Cent did. When 50 Cent, there was a vitamin water. And so 50 Cent said, I don't want to take any of your money for advertising for your company. He says, I want stocks in the company. And then I heard when they sold that vitamin water, then he got like $100 million for his stocks and shares in that vitamin water. That wasn't even his company. He just got it for working with them. But that's how it works. So these people are trying to do the same things. It's not that even like the drink company of what they have, it's not that even it ends up being a good company. Pepsi or Coke has to buy it just so they control the competition. They already know these deals. They know that that's what they do. And if you come up with one of these drink companies and then you get big enough and you got a big enough name around it, that Pepsi and Coke will come in and try to buy that company. And then they all get all their money. They're all insiders on that stuff we never knew was taking place. We never knew that this deal, this Pokemon deal, we never knew that this was actually the insider deal to that new drink company called Prime of what Logan Paul's doing, and that they've all got their hands on parts of the shares and stocks of that company, and then what their goal is to sell it off, and they're all going to bankroll off of that. We don't even know what's going on behind the scenes, but that's what they do. That's how it actually works. So we'll hear a little bit more of this because when we're going to hear about Garyvee, going to talk a little bit too.
And then I also wasn't always cross-promoting my different socials. So like
he wasn't cross-promoting his different socials, okay? So think about what Logan Paul did. He did the Pokemon, he did a cross-promotion, and now he's leaking it to his drink company. He's cross-promoting. That's what they're doing. That's what the Pokemon thing was. It was a cross-promotion thing to get a lot of attention to him because right now he's launching a drink company. They're cross-promoting, they're doing stuff. It's deceptive tactics, but is it a crime? You know what? But it's only that you guys are so stupid. The crime is that you people are so stupid to recognize that what's going on. Now, can I tell you how and who and what move? No, but what you do is you got to start and you got to lay down a foundation and say that this is a scam. And you can say that the scam started with like the MeelyPops and the Jacob guy, and then you know that the Logan Paul is involved in the end. So how do you connect Logan Paul to the MeelyPops and the stuff? And it's like, this looks like it right here. And who would be the guy who actually would come up with the idea for that plan? That's the mind of Garyvee that thinks this way. He's the guy that would have orchestrated it. He knew all the players, how to unite them together, and to be able to pull off a scam like this. I think that Garyvee was the guy who actually masterminded this. Because he's like I said, he's the guy hoping that there's blood on the streets for COVID so he can end up buying the jets. Okay, so that's a demon. Okay, that means Garyvee, if he thinks that way, that means inside he's a demon. He's being controlled by the devil. He's not protected by God. He's not, being led by God. He's being led by Satan because his goals are for greedy financial gains for himself.
My Vine got to like 5 million followers, and like I would never promote my Instagram.
Right.
Then Instagram is now bigger than Vine, so I wish I would have done that the whole entire way.
Let me do a recall to my early days of influencer. I actually struggle to talk about my mistakes. It's like one of the weird things about me, and it's it's probably a very flawed thing, but I actually, as you were talking, reminded myself of one. No question in 06, 07, when I was a YouTube wine thing that was happening, I made the mistake of, even though I knew YouTube was gonna be huge, Vidler came along and offered me equity in their company to move my show on their platform, and I took the better business deal and I gave up the exposure. And I've only done that once because I always value exposure over everything. I do it all the time. It's always long-term versus short-term.
Always value exposure over everything. Always value exposure over everything. So is it the scam? Is it the scam that was the problem for Logan Paul? Or is it the exposure? What are they actually going out? 3.5 million is nothing because they all got their money back too. So that number doesn't even matter. It's like it's said they just got to throw that out to the public because the public are so fucking stupid. $3.5 million. Oh, dude, you guys are fucking idiots. God, the public is stupid as fuck. You're a bunch of fucking hookers shaking your ass hoping somebody will throw you $100 bill. I mean, the public is dumb fucking hookers, man. Bunch of fucking losers, man. So there's no bad publicity for what they're trying to do. They've got a bigger picture here. They're looking at the end game. This is a long-term goal for them. They know what they're doing.
It was such a good deal, and I love, and Rob and Colin I love Vidler. And by the way, it had technology where you could tag videos, and I needed that because I was making 30-minute videos back when everybody was making 5-second videos. So it made sense, but I no question, as much as I want to finagle it, I took a short-term upside of a business deal over the long-term value of the awareness and the branding. So that's something, that battle of short and long-term is huge.
See, that battle of short and long-term is huge. So that's what I'm telling you. You're looking at this saying, oh, Logan Paul got scammed. The people always, it's bad for this, it's bad for that. That's short-term mind thinking. You're thinking on the short term. These people are in the long game. They're thinking long-term. They have a much bigger idea of the vision of what is occurring and what they're working with. And they can only do what they do if the public is stupid to not know what they're doing. That's all there is to it. So this is that guy Rattle, I guess his name is, the guy. So with him, his place in this thing, I don't know, because he is kind of accusing these people, right? So I don't know what his place is, but it's hard for me to think that he wasn't a plant also. And it's like, if he's a plant, the one thing with him, I don't know by looking at him, it's hard to tell, but is he of the same religion? So you look at these guys, so on the right there, I believe his name's Jacob, okay? Then in the back there is the MeelyPops, and over on the left is a guy, his name, I guess his Instagram or whatever his name is in there, they call him the Poke Jew. So I guess he's Pokemon, I guess he does Pokemon, and he's of Jewish religion. So he's known as the Poke Jew, okay? So so instantly, I could see that the Jacob guy, because his name Jacob, that's an Old Testament name, and he looks to be of that race, right? And then I was looking at MeelyPops, and it's like I couldn't tell. I can't, and I'm still not sure. But looking at him enough, I think that that's the connection of why these guys all are together is because of their religious background, okay? And that background would also connect to Garyvee. It would show the connection of how Garyvee would be willing to work with these guys. Okay, that's how it and those guys, like I said, they're not going to rat each other out. Who's going to rat? What do you think the Paul brothers are going to rat on them? They're not going to rat them out. They're all in it together. But you're talking about just a small handful of people who are all in it together for the long game, the big picture. They all know what they're doing. And they're taking advantage of all the stupid population in the public, but they're willing to lie, cheat, steal, and kill to be able to gain the wealth and fame and fortune for themselves, because that's actually what they're doing here. So, wake up, public. These people can't do this shit to you unless you're stupid enough to not understand what they're doing. I don't know how many times I gotta say it, and that's like the main message of what I want to say. It's not their fault for being evil dirtbag bastards. It's your fault for being a stupid fucking loser who believes everything you see on TV.